Hey guys, it's Majesty, Ibianga here with the Financial Drive-Thru, and it's good to be back. One of the questions I'm always asked by people is, okay, I don't know how to read charts, I don't really know how to trade more advanced manner. Is there a way I could actually survive in the crypto industry and make some money while I'm doing it really from my meager startup? And I say yes, and today that's what we're going to look at. Let's drive through. So today I want to introduce you guys to Localbitcoins.com. It's a platform that allows you buy and sell Bitcoin from people near you, okay? Now, this is one of the platforms that I particularly favor. I actually don't really like trading off of the major exchanges. I would always say this is a good way to start up because you can start from the smallest amount that you possibly could imagine, as opposed to having to just always go and be confused on the more serious exchanges, okay? Now, one thing you need to know is Localbitcoins is accessible from pretty much any country. I can guarantee that if you're watching this video, you have access to Localbitcoins. And they would trade in pretty much any currency that the country you're in operates under. And besides that, they also have a couple other ways that they can actually trade. And so here you can actually pay by cash deposits, Interac e-transfer, MoneyGram, PayPal, Vanilla, Western Union. It might vary depending on the country that you're in, but the general idea is you could also use all these other payment methods. So there's Ethereum, altcoin, Cashew, credit card, Swift transfers, money brokers, or Skrill. I remember I used to use Skrill back in the day. I'm not a huge fan. So the general idea is you could essentially buy Bitcoin right now at low prices, and when the price of Bitcoin rises, make yourself a tidy profit straight into your bank account, straight into whatever payment platform or portal that you want to use, and just, keep doing that. Just rinse and repeat. Okay? So, if you were to go, so I chose Nigeria, and you can see this switched over to the Nigerian Naira. But because I haven't searched for any traders, all you can see is still what's over there. Now that I've searched, I'm looking for a quick buy from Nigeria in Nigerian Naira. And you can see there's a bunch of traders that have just appeared here. So this is pretty much like everybody here is a freelance trader. Everyone is doing this on the side. So all you would do, you'd sign up first, get yourself an account, go through the whole KYC procedure. And once your account is activated, you could register yourself to become a trader like this by posting ads and all that. Now, what this really means, this area that I'm on, since I chose quick buy, means I want to buy crypto. And all these guys that are here, these traders, are all sellers, right? So they've all listed out the payment methods that they're going to accept. The common one here is a national bank transfer, okay? And you can see the price of Bitcoin for each of them. Now, the way it is the person on the top is usually the best rate for you. So if you wanted to get the best value for your buck, you would always want the guy on top. But, I mean, what does that mean for the people who are below? Does that mean they're not going to get any trades? No, not really. So the thing, and this is the fun part about Localbitcoins. Localbitcoins allows you to mark up the price of whatever it is you're selling. So, for example, Bitcoin could be at $1,000 right now, and I choose to sell at 1,100 because I want to ensure that I'm making a profit. So obviously, because my rate is not the best, it's not the actual best, it's not the current price of Bitcoin, I wouldn't be at the top. But because this is a 24-hour 24/7 type of platform, the guys on top are not always going to be online. They're not always going to be available, and sometimes people just need to buy crypto. Okay, so if you fall under those situations, if you happen to be in one of those situations like that, obviously, right now he's green, so he's definitely online. Or maybe he's just, was online a couple minutes ago and it hasn't changed yet. But I could initiate a buy with him, right? And if he doesn't reach out to me or he doesn't respond in a long time, I could get tired, I could quit, I could go to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. And so you still have a chance even if you choose to mark up, is what I'm trying to get at, okay? Now, so you can see the price of Bitcoin. Basically, there's a huge difference already in price between the first and the second sellers, and so on and so forth. And so you can see Bitcoin keeps getting more expensive the lower you go, because all these people down here, everybody going down the line, is marking up your price. So another reason why you may not necessarily buy from the person who has the best price is this section here called limits. Now, the way limits work is this guy is telling me that he's only going to do a deal with anyone buying anywhere from 5,000 naira to 50,500 naira. He can't do more than 50,500. So if I needed to buy 100 grand, for example, I cannot deal with this guy. But look at the second one, Marvelous 350 happens to be doing from 100 grand to 400 grand. So he's going to be the person who I would have to trade with. This is not about availability. This is simply about the limits of his transfer, what he's able to give me. Okay, so the first guy basically is saying he's not going to do anything less than 5,000. So yes, we talked about you being able to start up with a meager sum and everything like that. If you have something less than 5,000, because some people would allow you to do 1,000. Take a look at this guy down here, G-Benz 01. I'm gonna scroll up so it's out of the camera. G-Benz 01 is starting from 1,000. The guy below him, Yellow Bounty, is starting from 1. So assuming you had almost no money, obviously this would be an ideal person to start from. But because he's going this slow, he's also marked up a fair bit. Because I mean, as opposed to 2.1 M there, you're going to be spending like 2.2 to say if you wanted to get like a single one. So these are just the factors that you need to consider when you're choosing who to trade with. This is technically what happens. So assuming I were to say I wanted to buy, I'm currently not signed in. So there's going to be a limit to how far I can go without actually being signed up. I think we've already reached that. But here you can see his page. So we came into, what's his name? CoinLord, right? CoinLord wants to sell Bitcoins to you. This is the price of his Bitcoin so based on Naira, it's like 2.17 Naira to 1 Bitcoin, right? You can check his feedback. You can check all the information about him. You can see the trade limits, his location, and the payment window that's allowed. But then this is particularly important when you're thinking about trading on local Bitcoins. Everybody has their own trade conditions, their own trade terms. And you have to follow this to the letter. Now, this is a peer-to-peer platform. If you do not, and I need you to pay attention to this part, if you do not follow the terms and conditions that each trader gives you, then you stand the chance to lose your money. Okay, someone might insist that, for example, this guy says he's not accepting QuickTeller. If you were to send him money through QuickTeller, he could very easily choose to, and this is the thing, it's all about the trader's discretion at this point. He could choose to say, hey, you didn't obey the terms and conditions, and so I did not receive any money from you, or I do not recognize the trade, or I don't acknowledge it, or you know what, I'm just not doing this. And then this now becomes the ethical part of the whole dilemma, because it's now a thing of, does he return your money? Does he claim he didn't get it? How do you get your money back? Is this going to be a whole fraudulent claim kind of thing? Like, so much could go wrong. So you have to read and follow the terms. The most common one is no third-party transfers, meaning if my account name is Majesty, for example, I have to send from my account. I can't get my friend or my brother or a family member to send from their account because it wouldn't be with my name. So technically, just think about it this way. If you're expecting a transfer from Majesty and you get one from Frederick, for example, did I send you any money? So this is where it just becomes quite interesting, because a lot of people don't pay any attention to these things, and I will keep saying it. When you lose money in crypto, it's basically most likely due to your own carelessness, because once you're dealing with crypto, you essentially become your own bank. And so you have to read through everything, okay? And make sure that the trade, he even says it, don't start the trade if you're not ready to pay quickly. People want this to be fast. People want to, the thing I love most about local Bitcoins is I could start a transaction and have my Bitcoin within 5 minutes. You know, I've done a whole trade, I've sent money to, yes, they're absolute strangers, but I mean, you could, like I said, go check out their feedback score. So you'd find out this gentleman here, CoinLord, he's done trades worth 2 to 5 Bitcoin. He's had over 100 confirmed trades with about 323 different people. Okay, he's been verified, 4 months, 3 weeks. 70 people trust him, but interestingly enough, he's been blocked by 3 people. So does that mean he was, shady? You could actually still go in and check out, additional feedback information from this guy. You could see more information from him and try and find out exactly which ones were positive, which ones were neutral, which ones were negative. The negatives are the people who blocked him, so I want to find out why. Someone here says fake, don't trade with him. Someone says he can't be trusted to be prompt. Another person says it's a fake account, you shouldn't be here, you're causing damage to local Bitcoin. Your mental state should be examined. Oh my god. So people get really, really savage with these things, right? But it's good background information. Now, could I still trade with this guy? I can possibly do that because, he's had so many positives, right? And I understand that when it comes to money, people get very finicky. So the negatives could be because, maybe the person he was trading with was too impatient, or maybe he just happened to be offline at the time and someone was, sending him messages and it seemed like he just wouldn't respond, or maybe he had an issue with the trade format or anything. So when you don't have too many negatives and you have a lot more positives, you also have to, it's up to you. You could choose to trade a smaller amount, make sure you're comfortable with the person, make sure the person is trusted, and then afterwards you take it from there. So basically I wasn't going to make this video drag on too long. I just wanted to touch on the basics. So in the next video, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about actually completing the trade, and I'll probably complete the trade in front of you just so you can see it. And then also we're going to look into getting set up on signing up the account. So I actually think I might do the sign up process first before I actually do an actual trade. You can feel free to drop a comment and let me know which way you prefer, if you want me to go over signing up, because I know some people have some issues with that, or if after you've seen this video you signed up easily enough and you thought, hey, let's just get straight to the trades. Drop a comment, let me know which one suits you best. It's always good to have that kind of feedback so I know exactly what you need, and that way we could trade and learn together, right? So yeah, thanks for watching. It's been great having you guys. It's been great going over this. Localbitcoins is one of my favorite platforms because, like I said, you could use it even when you're in another country. You could just basically diversify the way you trade. You actually do not need to learn how to trade by reading charts or anything. You can simply just buy at a certain price and then, make a profit at another price point like that. It's fun, it's easy, it's fast, it's the way to go. I actually highly recommend this. If you'd like to try it out, I'm going to drop links in the details section. Definitely check it out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more, okay? Also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I do drop these videos, just so they don't get lost in all the extras that you have. And once again, my name is Majesty, Ibianga. It's been a pleasure having you over here, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.